On Friday the 29th of August I got on the train to Antwerp, Belgium to attend a vlog fighter gathering / sleepover. Now I don't know if this is obvious, but for me that was a pretty big deal. Making a 5-hour train journey to attend a sleepover with a bunch of people, most of whom I'd only met once. Some of them I'd never even met at all. Needless to say, I was absolutely terrified. And I spent most of the 5-hour trip biting my nails and worrying about everything that could go wrong. So after about 5 hours of traveling, and yes, I am going to emphasize that as much as I can, I spent 5 hours on public transport. I arrived at Antwerp Central Station, which is a beautiful station. I met up with the vlog fighters who had already assembled at the arranged meeting spot. We waited for a while for some people who hadn't arrived yet, but we ended up finding Anton and Sven in the wrong place 15 minutes late with Starbucks. I'm just kidding, they weren't actually 15 minutes late, they were just not in the spot we'd arranged to meet. I shot some footage during the walk from Antwerp Central Station to our next destination, and as you can see, the footage is very shaky. This was partly because we were walking and partly because I was still very nervous. After dumping our heavy bags at Donna's place, we sat down in a nice little cottage yard and got out our cameras, filmed each other and talked about drunk people on Belgian TV. Which, by the way, seemed a lot better than Dutch TV.
Oh, dat is wel een hele intense close-up.
Now on our way to a college yard, some of us had already spotted this comic book store, so obviously we had to go in there and look around for a bit. And I ended up buying my first ever comic, Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Now after browsing through the comic book store and some other stores, we got hungry and decided to sit down in this really cool, hipstery, artistic coffee place. It was kind of like a Starbucks, but even more hipstery. So we sat down on the terrace and enjoyed some snacks and hot beverages. I got a praline hot chocolate which was absolutely heavenly. Once we were sufficiently fed and caffeinated, we took a stroll through the beautiful city of Antwerp. And after checking out some famous landmarks, we hung out for a bit on a bridge-like balcony thing over the Schelde, where Marty released her deadly sass.
Oh, dat is echt een keileuke bril. Jammer dat hij op jouw hoofd staat.
And Sjoerd released his inner angry film critic.
Fuck you!
Bullshit.
Meanwhile, Yumi and Donna were enjoying some mysterious but very delicious looking food. After that we all went back to Donna's place to get our stuff and we took a tram to Casa de Van der Smissen, also known as Margot's place. This is where we met up with Margot, who sadly couldn't join us during the day because she was being held captive by her evil boss. We got some snacks, had some dinner, watched some YouTube videos and talked for hours upon hours. Also, we got to see a very special advanced screening of Anton's short film Dress, which was absolutely phenomenal. After getting a special tour of Margot's room and talking some more, it was finally time to sleep. Some of us on mattresses, some of us on the couch, otherwise known as the bunk, and some of us on an air mattress, which Anton miraculously managed to inflate using a bicycle pump. Is there anything that guy can do? Next morning, We had breakfast together and then it was time to say goodbye. I had to leave early because public transport was messed up and I did have a 5-hour train journey to look forward to, but thankfully I was joined by Sjoerd and Yumi as we made our way to the station. I got to travel together with Yumi and Sjoerd for a bit, but then I was on my own and I spent the rest of my 5-hour train journey reading my comic, listening to music, and smiling like an idiot at nothing in particular. I was really tired, but also really happy. Every last minute spent on that train, every minute of nauseated anxiety was definitely worth it in the end, and that's all I could have asked for. And I'm just really happy to have found this group of wonderful people, and I can't wait until we meet again.